thinking the other day, because I was looking at the Tantra Temple on Google for some reason, and then it said erotic massage, and I was like, because it's something that can be related with something else. And is that because we are confused about what's what? Sexuality and eroticism?
It says erotic massage?
Yes. But it is.
It is an erotic.
But I'm just, in the way that we normally speak, or at least in Denmark, it's really, we're thinking about something else when we hear this word, and that's because we are confused about what's sexuality and what's eroticism.
Because we don't know the difference, and I think very few people in history until now has been talking about that there is actually a difference.
Yeah.
So this is part of what we believe that we would like to educate people about, that there is a difference.
We're taking back the word.
Exactly. But can I say something more? Yeah. Because the erotic energy has a very interesting and another effect, and it's a healing effect. So it has both when you have like sexual traumas, even when you learn to become erotic, it has a very healing effect upon that, and that's one of the reasons why that we use it in our erotic massages, because of this healing effect. It can also be emotional traumas that, of course, might not happen over one massage, but if you re-educate yourself to become more erotic and get familiar with the erotic energy, it has a very deep healing effect. Also, like in a couple, for instance, so I've also had couples coming here learning to give each other massages, and now I think about one couple, they had been together for 40 years, and they thought, okay, that, our sex life, it's kind of, dead, but the man in the couple relationships, he still had hopes. So first he started to come here to have, his experiences by himself. And then in time he also brought his wife, which was so brave of him. And we started to teach them how to give to each other. And after that, after 40 years of marriage, they started to have the best erotic life that they've had in all these years. And it was kind of bringing them back together. And the wife, she's a doctor. And she has been telling so many of her patients, like, when you reach menopause, you get a little bit dry. You just have to accept it. You can take some hormones. You can take some these lubricants and so on. But you just have to accept it. You might lose the appetite for sex. And then she discovered, my God, I have so much in me, even though I'm above 60. And in this way, it was very healing for both their erotic life, but also their couple relationship, and it brought them much closer.
Hopefully she tells her patient something else
now. Exactly. Now she was like, okay, I'm really sorry. I was misinforming my patients.
Did you have something to say?
About... there are many things, but one experience I want to share. Actually, this experience, it repeated it like more times. And it's... when you give a tantra massage and the person is open and actually let themselves to be guided in this erotic energy, then it can be an experience which is extremely intense. And if you look from outside, such an experience, a person who doesn't make the difference between sexuality and eros, they might look similar. Like it can be very intense, very frenetic, full of love and embracing and body massage, and it feels like almost like making love energetically with that person. But this erotic energy, actually, it gives me as a masseur, when I give such a massage, gives me such a feeling of freedom. Actually, I feel like I can do even more. I can completely involve and completely connect with that person, even if I don't know hardly. Sometimes I even forget their names. But in that moment I feel so connected beyond all this surface and appearances and so. And that's a way to recognize it. It makes me more and more free, and I feel so free and close to that person. And in the same time, because it's not sexual, I don't feel guilty or ashamed, or there is no such limits which would appear if it's sexual, because I encountered the other experience when a person, which was very charming, very powerful man with a lot of energy and very pleasant to talk and laughing and very open, in the same time extremely sexualized, like how he was like rubbing himself or saying some bit dirty things during the massage, laughing. So somehow it was okay and not okay. I felt it is this sexual energy, and I had to be very attentive how to stay in my erotic energy, because a person can be, if it's a strong person, can easily influence you, So as a tantric masseur, you have to be like very attentive to keep all the time this erotic energy. And I could actually transform that experience, because I stay very centered in this energy, which is so pure. It doesn't have anything sticky, like how I felt he came with. And then somehow the whole ambience started gradually to refine and sublime, and even what he was telling after, it was showing this, because it awakened some kind of higher aspiration in his soul, what he wanted to do, even in daily life, not necessarily connecting to some erotic experience. So it was very special, and this freedom makes me feel so free and happy. And so this erotic energy is associated with happiness, freedom, love, connectivity. It's not with jealousy and all those enumerated shame and guilt and limits and worries and fear. And it's exactly opposite. You feel more and more free, and because it's so pure, even if it's extremely intense, it's not like
And usually when in the guest who comes here to receive a massage, and when they succeed to jump on this current, we can call it the erotic current, usually when they leave from here, they are full of inspirations. Yes, I want to do this with my life. They feel they got such an impulse. Yes, I want to call this woman that I'm in love with that I didn't dare to call so far, and I want to do this in my job and in my career. So it has this power of inspiration and aspiration to go and fulfill your dreams in life.
I have a short thing to add also, because I gave a massage to, it happened a few times, and the guy was clearly very, in the massage it was very intimate, and he felt it very strongly, and he was also aroused, but then in the end he was like, it's funny, it was not even sexual, I don't know what it was. There you go. So it's that kind of mysterious feeling, and if it's new, it's unrecognizable for some. I have another question. So you mentioned also this purity, or you talked about uplifting, the words you use about erotic energy, and we also call this interview the pure erotic experience. And for some it might sound like a paradox, pure and erotic in the same sentence, and even spirituality with sexuality, or eroticism or sensuality. In some religions or spiritual traditions, this is like not something you put together. It's kind of like opposites almost. How is it in Tantra, and why is it okay to have that together?